Hello, how are you guys? Today you're joining me outside in the wilderness. Woo! Remember how a couple videos ago I told you about how my parents totally totally moved me from the US to this foreign country that I had no idea about, and all my experiences with that. But I kind of was general about the drive down, and I really shouldn't have been because it was long. It was a really, really long drive, but I just didn't want to bore you to death. So after thinking about it, I thought, hey, I'll just tell all the stories that happened to me because they're kind of interesting, and if you ever want to travel, you know what to expect, I guess, or something along the lines of that. The first country we had to go through was Mexico. And it was very, very interesting. I mean, it is very beautiful. It is a great country. You meet a lot of great people along the way, but it's just kind of dealing with the border and the police is kind of the toughest part of it. We took forever to get through the border. Border crossings are a pain in the butt. So unless you know what you're doing, just try to not do this by yourself. Try to not drive through border crossings because that's hard. Finally, after so much hassle and so much pain, we got through the border and we were celebrating, and just as we pulled out, we just barely got through, this mob, I'm talking about mob of people, just came at our car, and they were like, they were harmless, don't worry about it, but it was just really intimidating. So they were trying to wash our windows and trying to sell us stuff, and there was like 10 or so people around our car, and it kind of freaked us out because we weren't expecting it, you know? Now it wouldn't be as freaky, but it was just because we weren't expecting it. So that just scared the crap out of us, really. And then another thing that happens just the whole drive down Mexico, because of our US plates, we got pulled over a lot by the cops because we were in their country and whatever. So it's always something really interesting. But the funny thing is, it's not a law in Mexico to have your front plate. If you have your back plate, I think it's good. So we just took off our front plate and we didn't have any more problems after that. Another really interesting story was, this is probably one of the best stories about Mexico because it was just so different. Okay, I'll just explain it to you, and you guys, I don't know if you'll be impressed by this or anything, but I think it's pretty awesome. We were just driving along like every other day when we came to this huge traffic jam, and we were wondering what the heck was going on. So we just figured, okay, maybe it's road construction or something. We weren't really sure. So we were sitting there for a while and just chilling, but it was like, it seemed so long, and there was huge trucks and a lot of cars, and everybody was just chilling there, like nothing, like no big deal, really. Well, my dad, with his broken Spanish, he finally asked the guy sitting next to us, he was like, hey, what's the deal? And then it turns out this guy worked in America. I think he worked in America, so he spoke perfect English. And he said, oh yeah, like a bridge, no, it wasn't a bridge. No, oh yeah, a road got flooded from the storm because there was like a huge hurricane going on at the time in all of Central America. And so this road was completely washed off, and they only had one lane of cars that could pass through, and it was like a 2-day wait. And I mean, we couldn't sit there for 2 days. We didn't have water or food or anything. And then the guy said, oh, I know a back way. You will just have to drive down the highway the opposite direction in order to get to it. So he turned around and led us the wrong way on the highway. You know, yeah, highway, man, main road. So here's his car. Here's the normal car flow. And then here's us following this little dude. And it was just, oh my God. I mean, luckily it wasn't that crazy of, like, people weren't driving really fast, and it wasn't that crowded of a road, at least at the time of going back. So we didn't have to weave in and out of cars. It wasn't that exciting. But still, going down the opposite way is pretty interesting. And then we took a back road to get to, I don't know, this little town. And so we were going over all these dirt paths and hills, and we saw cows just chilling in the road, and it was just really, really interesting. And so we finally got to this town that we could get back on track, and we had lunch with the guy, and it was just so incredible because in my life I don't think I would have ever experienced driving down the wrong side of the road. That was just something spectacular, and I don't know, I just wanted to share my stories with you. So that's it for Mexico. I have a lot of other stories because I saw about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I saw 6 countries from including Mexico to Nicaragua, and then after I saw Costa Rica later, since we're neighbors with it. And so I have tons more stories that maybe I'll post them every week along with something else. I hope to do that because I don't know, I just really like doing this kind of thing. So yes, have a good day, and I'll see you later.